Guys, we are back. This is a podcast that we haven't done in quite some time. I'm Greg. This is Stephanie. We are living in Key West and the Little Island Group. We are both real estate agents here in the Florida Keys. So obviously, if you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to us. Like I said, we haven't done a podcast in quite some time.
Yeah, it's a little hiatus.
Yeah, we're back though.
We're back.
For now.
Yeah, we'll call this season 2.
Ooh,
it was season 1.
Yeah, we're on season 2 now.
Yeah.
And a lot has happened since our last podcast. If you follow us on our social media, then you're probably well aware of it. But it's good to hop on here. We're going to do a quick re-intro, I guess, of us. We moved here about a little over 2.5 years ago to the Florida Keys. We're coming up on our 2-year mark in Key West. I've been coming to the Keys my whole life. Stephanie for about 20 years. We moved from Gainesville, Florida, here, and love it.
We do love it.
Love the community. Love the walkability, the weather, all that fun stuff. Love real estate too, to be honest. And we have, of course, our 2 little babies, Winnie and Perry. So,
who are Shih Tzus?
Yep, very accurate. Beautiful ones.
Beautiful baby Shih Tzus.
So what's up, Stephanie?
What's up? Well,
what's up with that?
It's Key Lime Pie, or well, the Key Lime Festival technically is going on right now.
Key Lime Pie.
It's the Key Lime Festival because there's more to key limes than key lime pie. But it's the Key Lime Festival, July 3rd through the 7th. And there's, during the festival, like so many festivals that we have here in Key West, there's like a million things going on during the festival. So there's not, it's several days and there's several things every single day. And so if you're interested in it, you're here on the island or you're thinking about coming down in the next few days, there's tons of stuff to do. There were a few things that I was interested in. I think we'll probably, just because we've been busy, we'll end up doing for sure the Key Lime Pie Hop, which is on Sunday, July 7th. And we're going in the afternoon. You can go, it's like every 30 minutes starting at 11. And we have a special code. If you want to do that, you can go into our link tree.
You go to our link tree, but I'll probably
put a link
it all.
Our link tree, which is the link in any of our social medias, and you can get a special discount code for the tickets for that. And it's, you walk, like you stroll, and then you try 5 different slices of key lime pie at different places. So that'll be fun. We're doing that Sunday.
Yeah, we do that Sunday.
And then I know like Hemingway days are coming up, so I don't know.
Lobster season.
Yeah, and DeSantis added an extra.
They added an extra day, which I think it's kind of a mixed bag on that. But
I didn't even know it was like on the slate that like maybe they were going to do that. It just like came out of nowhere.
But he added the 14th, which is a Sunday this year, and well, it's for Florida residents only.
Yeah.
So
normally mini season is the last Wednesday and Thursday of July. And so they open up the season, you can dive for lobster, and then it closes for like a few days, and then the official, depending on the year, and then the official like lobster season opens, and that's several months, and that opens in August. So mini season is kind of like the sneak preview, like you get an opportunity to go dive before the season actually opens. So it's interesting to have a third day, which is actually like, I don't know, a week, maybe 2 weeks before the normal mini season opens. So it'll be an interesting year. I think you're going to probably dive it on the 14th, more than likely, depending, on our schedule and the weather and everything. But yeah, so that's interesting. So it's, it's kind of considered like the slow season in the Keys, which is weird, but there's still like a lot of stuff going on for. It's
kind of the slow season for like Key West.
Yeah,
but I think like the lower and middles, maybe this is their little bit of a higher season because a lot more houses are on the water. So a lot of boating and all that fun activity.
During the summer,
some really exciting news. We just sold our Big Pine listing on Avenue G. We closed on it actually this Monday, July 1st. So fantastic for the buyers, fantastic for our sellers. They're now able to go travel around, which is what they want to do. They got a little RV and they're traveling around. So that is really exciting and fantastic for both sides. And we got a couple of really nice listings.
We do.
Now.
We do. Yeah. So we have the biggest one, both in size and price, is the Seaport Inn, which is at 329 William Street. It's right next door to Eaton Street Seafood, if you know Eaton Street Seafood. It's a 6-bed, 6.5 bath home. But what's really interesting about it is that it's six 1-bedroom, 1-bath suites, and then there's an additional half bath downstairs. So it's almost kind of laid out like an apartment building in a way, because every single one is like its individual suite. But what's really interesting about it is that it also has 2 very valuable and highly coveted transient licenses with it. And then they have 2 non-transient licenses. So what I think is super interesting about this property is that it has all of these really valuable and intriguing puzzle pieces. And depending on how you, like what your investment goals are or what your ownership goals are, there's so many different things that you can do with the property. It's not really being maximized if you look at what they're doing. And so I just think that it's an opportunity for someone who understands the value of the real estate, but also the other puzzle pieces. Another thing that's super interesting about it is that it's a large lot for Old Town. It's just over 5,000 square feet. Yep. And so like one half of the property is this beautiful historic home that dates back to like 1890. It's gorgeous. And then the other half of the property is where they have a huge pool right now for people that stay there. And it's gorgeous. But if you look back at historic records, you see that there was a structure, there was a home on the piece of land where the pool is. And so there's always an asterisk next to this because you have to navigate the
buyer to verify.
Yeah, buyer to verify, right? But typically the rule is if you can show that there was a structure on a piece of property previously, then you can put a structure back on that piece of property. You have to navigate the processes to go through that. But I also think that's a super interesting puzzle piece on this piece of property is that reasonably you could build a second structure. So now, you could have 2 houses.
The downside is you lose the pool. Maybe
but you could put the pool in the back potentially.
Maybe.
It'd be a thin pool. Yeah, right. But I mean, that's all you need in Key West. Yeah. So saying all that to say, it's a beautiful home, beautiful historic home, large lot for Old Town, really interesting transient and non-transient licenses. It has a great reputation. They run it as the Seaport Inn currently. I think it's an interesting property for someone who has the foresight.
Listed for just under $4 million.
Yeah, it's a cool place too. I mean, I love a historic home. You know that. So, and
this one is.
It's just a really beautiful. I did a video on it actually because I did a bunch of research on it. So I did do a video. So if you follow us on TikTok, you can go back and look at the information that I found when I did the research about it as well. So very interesting property for sure. I love it.
Also, we have a couple more properties that we listed, and we'll go to those in a second. Mm-hmm. But we buried one of the main reasons why we wanted to do this podcast is the Bubbas.
Oh, we buried the lead. That's what you were going to say. I was like, what did we bury?
Just the lead. I gotta go, guys. No, the Bubbas are going on right now. So if you're familiar with Key West, the Bubbas, it's put on by Keys Weekly. It's essentially just a popularity contest, bragging rights.
Yeah, it's kind of the People's Choice Awards for Key West.
Is what they like to call it. There's 91 categories, and which is kind of insane. But the first step is you get nominated. Mm-hmm. And that goes on for like 2 weeks. Yeah. You can nominate daily. And then what they do is they take the top 3 nomination getters, mm-hmm. and then you vote out of those top 3. Mm-hmm. And that goes on for like 2.5 weeks. Yeah. So we made it in top 3 mm-hmm. for
Best Real Estate Office.
Best Real Estate Office, Island Home Realty. Please, please, please go and vote. I'll put a link. You guys have probably heard me. It's in our stories. It's in our... Mm-hmm. Really, we got a lot riding on this because we were promised a trip to Little Palm Island if we're able to pull this off and win. I think it's just a feat, just making it into the top 3. Yeah. We knocked out a fairly large mm-hmm. Real estate office mm-hmm. just to get in the top 3 mm-hmm. page. So I think it justifies probably a trip to Little Palm Island regardless. But, if we win, we will be going there. So please go and vote for us. There's lots of other categories. So if you love Key West like we do, vote for the other ones that you're familiar with. Vive, that's right next to the Creperie that we go to pretty much every morning. They made it in for top wine selection. So vote for them. A lot of really cool ones, a lot of cool categories. But most importantly, best real estate office, Island Home Realty. Go and vote for us, please. We are a boutique firm with 3 agents, where the other 2 that are in there have at least 30 in one of them and at least probably 100 in the other. That may be off by a little bit, but they're much larger than we are. So if we were to win that, insane, and we're going to Little Palm Island. The end. Yeah.
So we are going to Little Palm Island if we win, but I think the more important point is that it would be a huge deal for us as a brokerage, just because there are so many real estate agents and so many brokerages on this island who have been here for so long. And we are really trying to make a name for ourselves and, kind of put our flag in the sand, so to speak. And I think that this would be a really great way to do it. So yes,
in a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah, absolutely.
Because once again, the Bubbas are for fun.
They're just for fun, but they are a big deal in Key West. They are a big deal. They do. I mean,
people go all out. If you follow a lot of other places on social media, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people saying, "Hey, Bubbas are going on. Vote for us."
Yeah.
So,
and
it's a big deal.
And I think that also, it is. It's for fun. It is a popularity contest. They say that. They say that very, very clearly. But it does mean something if you win a Bubba and you're able to have like the Bubba seal on your advertisements or
the bragging rights.
The bragging rights. But it does mean something. It would mean a lot to us because we tried to be really great citizens and contributors to the community, and it would mean a lot for us to be able to say, and we have a Bubba. So yeah. You can vote daily. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah, you can vote daily.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this out today, which is the 5th. So you'll have 3 days, including today.
Yep, 5, 6, 7.
5, 6, 7. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to vote. You can vote daily. And hey, man, if 1,000 of y'all go and vote
3 days
every day, that's 3,000 votes for us. So
yeah, we'd appreciate it. Yes. Yep.
Anyways,
and we'll keep you updated. I don't know. It's not like an instantaneous, you find out if you won. No. I'm not exactly sure what the process is, but as soon as we know one way or the other, we'll update for sure.
You end up finding out if you win because only the winners are invited to the party that they do. So I personally think they should change the party to the Coffee Butler
Amphitheater. Yeah.
So anyone in the top 3 essentially gets to go because it's kind of a cool and big deal, and it's a great place for everyone to go out and meet people. And
absolutely.
People in 2nd and 3rd place are people too. So, anyways, So that's the Bubbas. That's what's going on. Back to our other listings. So we talked about the Seaport Inn, which is an awesome listing, listed for just under $4 million. We have some very unique and cool listings out on Cook Island. So you could only get to Cook Island by boat. I mean, you can kayak or swim, but I'd take a boat. It's about a 10-minute, 15-minute boat ride from the marina in Big Pine to get out to Cook Island. It is essentially off-grid living, so your power is solar power or a generator. Your water is from a cistern or whatever you bring with you. There are a couple people who live out there full-time. Full-time, so that is a option. A lot of people will use it as kind of like a weekend getaway, anything like that. But we have 2 cottages for sale out there. They're both 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. They're right next to each other. So you could buy both of them or buy them separately. So there's one that's 10WB. That is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And cool little house. Has a lot of porch going around it. So beautiful views. Also, let me just point out, you're about 25 to 50 yards from the water. You can roll out of bed, walk into the water, go and get some fish, come back and make breakfast.
I thought you were going to say you could just like roll out of bed and just roll to the water because you really could. You just keep rolling.
Well, I say that every morning. So I was like, I'll mix it up a little.
You roll all the way to the water.
Literally roll. Just roll all the way.
Yeah.
You'll make it to the water and then just start swimming.
Yeah.
But really cool, like insane, like just to go sit out there. And if you follow us on our social media, Facebook and Instagram, you've seen videos of where the porch and the water is and all that good stuff. And then 9W So 10WB is listed for $749,000, I think. $749,000. $749,000. 9W, which is right next to it, comes with a Rogo lot, buyer to verify. So in theory, you should be able to build on it. That's where actually Percy Cook's fishing cottage was. So the founder of the island, that's where his cottage was. So that's the big open lot. Plus, it has a dock, which is, in my opinion, kind of worth the extra $200,000 to be honest. But and that one's listed for $999, so just under $1 million. But really cool property.
Or you can buy the whole shebang.
You can buy the whole shebang for $1,749.
Yeah. So you get 2 cottages that have been recently updated.
Yep.
They're beautiful. Plus you get the lot that you should be able to build on. And then there's also a shed there, which
there is a shed
they use for storage, but I think it could be potentially, you could do something with it. You could make like a little like office in there if you needed an office, or like a little like bunk room for kids if you put like a little like window unit or a mini split in there. Totally. Or groundskeeper. And you also get, so the pieces of property are also quite large. Because
it's 1.74 acres.
A lot of it is mangroves, and it's primitive. It's beautiful. You'll see key deer out there.
Yep.
Tons of wildlife. It's really, really beautiful. So it's a big piece of property, but a lot of it's not buildable. A lot of it's just like, very, mangroves and wildlife and nature. So you're very much one with nature out there. The people who live out there full time, I was talking to the man, and they've lived out there since like the early 90s. They've been there for a long time. And he equated it to kind of like glamping. He said if you are familiar with boating and you're comfortable with boating, it's very similar to that. Where like you have your resources and your comfort. It's not like being like on land necessarily, like on the mainland, but it's very comfortable. And if you kind of understand being mindful of your water usage, and things like that, they've lived there for since the 90s, since the early 90s. So it's a very unique experience, very unique property, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, breathtaking, really beautiful.
No, it's phenomenal. Your view, I would go out there and drink coffee every morning and just stare at the sun coming up in the water, and even like a rainstorm coming through, a thunderstorm.
And there's only a few houses out there.
Yeah, there's like 10 to 15.
There's only one couple who live out there full time.
No, a new one actually I was told that a new one it's going to start living out there full time.
Oh, really? Okay. So maybe 2 homes are full time. The rest of them are vacationers. They'll come out and spend some time out there. And also something else that I really like too is, so you can really just like swim out and go like dive for lobster if you want to, because it's like
during season,
of course. Yes. There's like a little sandbar that's forming that you could go swim out to, and just because it's just so shallow that you can swim out there. And then also like if you're boating, the access, which if you're familiar with like the lower keys, a lot of times when you're boating down here, if you're staying at a house off of the mainland, it takes some time because there's some no wake zones, there's some shallow areas, and so it takes some time to actually get to open water. Here you shoot straight out. You're on open water. So if you want to be able to just hop on your boat, go fish, hop on your boat, go dive, this is the opportunity for that. Some people also, if you were to buy the property that does not have the dock, there is the opportunity to put mooring balls out there to where you could, like we've had people talk about with sailboats, put their sailboat out there, or big boat, be able to, and so people do that as well. So there's a lot of different options depending on what you're interested in, but and
after a lot of searching, and we eventually found someone at the county that said that you can technically do nightly rentals out there because the houses were built are on the lot before 2001 or something like that. Buyer to verify. But
if you're familiar with Keys real estate, the rental regulations, all of that, that's why we say this is what we were told, buyer to verify, because we always want to be very conservative in what we're saying. But we have talked to someone at the county who confirmed that, and as I understand it, there are other people out there doing that as well. So that would be an interesting. We've always said it would be such a cool, if you were someone who wanted to do like an eco hospitality experience or something, just have maybe build another property or structure out there. A groundskeeper or a host could live out there if that's you or someone else. And then you have the other 2 properties and people could just come out and kayak. You could cook fish on the beach. You could,
I think it'd be really cool. Like,
it'd be
and
so
you
cool.
could kind of charge a premium for that.
Absolutely. You couldn't get it anywhere else.
Experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally.
Also, another thing, if you buy both together, it does come with a 17-foot 2020 Mako with 115 horsepower on it. So kind of a nice little bonus right there. It comes with a nice boat to kind of get you back and forth.
And the marina.
And yes.
It doesn't come with the marina, but.
That'd be a good deal.
Yeah.
You'll have a spot at the marina, which is technically full. The seller will give his spot to you.
Right.
You have to pay for that. It's per foot. So
you keep your boat there. If you want to go out, you drive up, park there, get on your boat.
Yep.
Drive
he can
10
transfer
minutes.
It to you.
Yeah. So it's a very unique property. It's kind of one to have to brag about. It's something that, you just feel like you want to have the experience with your family, or you have like a hospitality idea or something like that. Very, very cool.
Good to take your kids out and get them away from the tech.
Absolutely. It's so much like, I just feel like they can just run around. Like they can go in the water. They can explore the mangroves. You find like so many like beach treasures out there, like glass and bottles washed up, like sea glass, sea glass and bottles washed up, or you can go in the mangroves. There's like little paths out there, or like, they could go splash around in the water, or they could go fishing off the dock. It's
very cool.
Very cool. Very cool for adults. Very cool for
rights.
Absolutely.
All right. So
enough about that.
Those are 3 very cool listings. And then we also have 2 timeshares. So if someone's like, whoa, I'm not 1.7, I'm not spending that. But you're like, how cool would it be to have, so the weeks are 51 and 52. So week 51 and week 52, which pretty much falls on Christmas and New Year's. How cool would it be to know, okay, I know I'm going to Key West during Christmas. Our New Year's are both. So you can buy them together or separately. They're listed for $60,000 each per week. It's a deeded property, so you can pass it down if you want, or whatever. At the Galleon. So top notch.
Yeah. I have only ever heard very positive things about the Galleon. And I can't say that about everywhere, but as far as timeshares go, I have only ever heard really, really positive things about the Galleon.
There on the water.
It's right on the water over there by like A&B. If you know where like A&B Lobster is, A&B Marina, it's right there. Great location, walkable to everything. But something that I heard about it when I was talking to someone about it one time was that they have like great activities for basically every day there's something going on. And I heard someone talking about how they have like such great memories of doing like bingo by the pool. They do bingo. And so everyone like comes out on their like balconies and at the pool and everything. Cool. They play bingo at the pool, and it's supposed to be just really fun. There's very much, as I understand it, kind of like a community vibe there, and it's just like really fun. But also the amenities are nice. Yeah. The rooms are really nice. They take good care of them. So,
and if you can't make it for one of those weeks, you can rent them out, and that's during the high times. So you can get anywhere from right around $600 to $1,000 a night. So if you can't make it, if you buy both and you're like, I plan on doing it, but then you only come up for Christmas or you only want to come up for New Year's, rent the week out beforehand and make a little bit of the money back. Yeah.
So you have a little property here in Key West. It's yours. You can come to it.
At the most affordable rate you'll find. One of the most affordable.
Facts. Yeah. You could find a more affordable timeshare because these are the 2 best weeks, the most expensive weeks of the year, because they are really,
they're highly sought after.
Very much so.
Those weeks. If someone's looking for the timeshare, someone wants a week to come down here and they know this, they come, there's a ton of people who come here every year and they end up renting somewhere or renting and why not essentially own that property and are that week. Yeah. And you have a week that you're coming down and you already paid for it.
Yep. Absolutely. So. Yeah. So there you go. So we have all different price points.
Yeah. What else?
I don't know. Those are the main
things that have been going on. Obviously, you guys follow us on our social media. So that's going on.
Our Guide to Key West.
Yes. We did do a new and improved, in my opinion, and from what everyone else has been saying, just on the streets, new and improved Guide to Key West. So things to do, so activities, fun stuff like that, places to stay, lay your head at night, and places to eat, which, let's just be honest, that's why everyone goes on vacation. You eat your breakfast, and then your next conversation is, what are we doing for lunch? And then you eat your lunch, and then you're like, okay, big decision here, guys. Where are we going for dinner?
Right.
Well, have our guide to Key West, and boom, interactive map.
So the upgrade is that it's all basically the same categories plus some new categories from our previous guide to Key West, which if you got that, it was a PDF. Now we have it on a platform that it's not a physical anything that you download. It's basically like a service kind of. It's not a subscription because you don't pay for it multiple times. You just pay for it once. But you have instant access to it anywhere that you have internet, essentially, and we can update it. Like, we could update it right now, and you will instantly have access to that. So
which I did. I updated it actually yesterday. So
yeah. So if there's like a new place that we tried that we love, we can add it, and you will instantly have access. We also have the opportunity to make itineraries on this platform. So we have a few itineraries in there. We always get the question, I'm stopping there on a cruise. What should I do? So I made an itinerary. If I was stopping in Key West for a cruise, the things that I would want to do during the time that I was on the island. So you can do that, and it gives you a map. It tells you the exact way to go. It has all the information on there. It has all of our notes in there. I also did another we did a bar hop. Yeah, of the bars that we would go to in like a certain area if we were doing a bar hop. So we can add more itineraries as we want to. We can add more spots. We can add more categories.
There's also discounts specific to our guide to Key West. Yep. So another reason, I mean, essentially, if you went out and ate at one of those places, you're going to probably save that money right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely new and improved. All the great stuff from previous, plus a lot more. And yeah, you don't have to download it multiple times. It used to be, because it was a PDF, anytime that we updated it, I'd send out another email blast and say, oh, here's the new PDF. But it's not that anymore. It's just always updated. So yeah, so you can get that in you'll put a link on the podcast, but you can always find everything in our link tree, which is the link on any of our social medias.
Yep.
So that's the other big, I think, development.
Yeah. So I think you guys are all caught up. We do have a lot of exciting stuff in the works. We're working on a little series with our brokerage. I think it's going to be phenomenal. We did put out a video a week or so ago that I thought was everyone thought was hilarious. Yeah. But so we're working on like a little series. It's I won't go into too much detail, but just something for you guys to look forward to. And yeah, I think that's about it. We are going to try to do more podcasts because we get asked all the time what happened with our podcast, why we stopped. Well, I like what Stephanie said. That was season 1. We're back for season 2. And we're just going to keep you guys on your toes. Like, this is just a random podcast that we decided to do. So, here we are. But thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We've reached 50,000 followers on our Facebook page, which is awesome. We greatly appreciate everyone that follows along. Our journey follows along with Key West because they love Key West so much. We hit 130,000 on our TikTok. Instagram and YouTube are
just chugging along.
They're there, but so hey, do us a favor. Let's get over 2,000 in both of those two. But we joke, but we do appreciate you.
We do. Yes.
So thank you very much, guys. We'll see you later. If you see us on the island, say what's up. Yeah, we'll see you. Thank you.
Bye.